Hello, guys. So we're going to start actually drawing for our project for 1 point perspective. And so this is linear perspective. We're going to use lines to create the illusion of depth. And we're going to use that by having 1 point. That's why it has the name 1 point linear perspective. And so let's go ahead and start our drawings. And this is 1 point perspective. So we're going to start this drawing by drawing 1 point, pretty much in the middle of the paper. That point has a name, and the name of it is vanishing point. Let's go ahead and label that. What's going to happen is we're going to use lines to vanish to this point, and it's going to create the illusion of depth. And so that is the foundation to how this system works. So the lines are going to vanish to this point, and let's go ahead and draw a line that goes from this point and just outward anywhere. Any line that connects here is called an orthogonal. Let's go ahead and label that orthogonal. So it's a line that connects to this dot. Um, we know names for different kinds of lines. There's horizontal, vertical, diagonal. And now this is a new one, orthogonal. And it can be, in many ways, any sort of line as long as it ends up at this dot. And that's what we're actually going to do for this drawing. We're just going to draw a lot of orthogonals. So you can put your ruler anywhere. And as long as it draw a line that ends up at this spot, you've drawn an orthogonal. You might ask, well, why can't I just use the word diagonal? All the lines you've drawn so far are diagonals. And you're right, because orthogonals can be diagonal. But watch this. I'm going to put a line here. This line seems to be horizontal. And yet, because it terminates at the vanishing point, it would be considered an orthogonal as well. So I can continue it, in fact, as long as the line terminates or ends, it's an orthogonal, as long as it ends at that vanishing point. So that's what's sort of interesting is I'm going to draw a vertical line. Well, it's also an orthogonal because it ends here. It terminates here. So verticals can be orthogonals, diagonals can be orthogonals, horizontal lines can be orthogonals. Let's draw 5 more. And everybody's image is going to be different. And so at this moment, every line on my paper is an orthogonal because every line goes to the vanishing point. So that's really important to understand. Now, I could draw another diagonal. You don't need to do this. I'm doing it in red because it's a mistake. Here's a diagonal. Is it orthogonal? No, it doesn't end here. I said a horizontal line can be orthogonal, but let me draw a horizontal line. Is that an orthogonal? No, it's horizontal, but it doesn't terminate at the vanishing point. Whereas here's a horizontal, I'll just highlight it. We drew this one. Yes, they're both horizontals, but only this one is an orthogonal because it terminates at the vanishing point. And I'll just do our last sort of term we know for a line. I'll draw a vertical line. Is this line in red a orthogonal? No, it does not terminate here. So it's vertical, but this one's not an orthogonal. Whereas this line is vertical, but it's also an orthogonal, and it's all because it ends here. So that's what's important to understand. You're really going to fill your paper with lots of orthogonals, and you have to let go of the idea of, oh, is it a diagonal, a horizontal, a vertical? That's not really the correct question to ask. It's really, does it vanish to the vanishing point? So I'd like you on your half sheet of paper to have drawn a vanishing point. And let's not do any of the mistakes, but let's have you do, how many do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Draw 12 lines that terminate at the vanishing point. Another way I could say that is draw 12 orthogonal lines. So that'll be the first page in your packet.